So I really think that a fear of commitment is a huge issue that hurts people in a lot of ways, not just in fitness, not just in relationships, but overall. Of course, in relationships, if you're afraid of committing, if you enter a relationship assuming that that person is going to hurt you in the same way that you've been hurt in previous relationships, that ends up manifesting in your relationship and causing issues. And then through that fear of commitment, where you entered a relationship without fully being ready to be committed, you end up either using them as a casual companion where they might want something more, or you just aren't fully into it, and so then you're not giving as much as you could be, and then it just becomes a mess, and then you move on to the next one, and the same thing happens all over again, and it's a cycle. The same thing happens with lack of commitment, fear of commitment when it comes to your nutrition or your exercise. You jump from program to program or quick fix to quick fix, fad diet to fad diet because you're not committing to your goal. You're just jumping from thing to thing because you're not giving it enough time and allowing consistency to show you whether or not that method is going to work out for you. Because what happens when you're consistent is you see results. I know I talk about consistency all the time, but I think a lot of people lack that consistency because they are scared of committing to something. If you are afraid of committing to something, that has to be addressed before moving forward. A lot of people are afraid of committing and then they don't address that that's in their head, and so that's why they keep entering these relationships or starting a new fad diet, not realizing that they are not allowing themselves to commit to it fully, mentally and physically, all together, just committing to it. So then that's what's causing the issues. If you have a goal, you need to realize how committed you are or are not to that goal and decide whether you're going to go after it or not. The number one thing that I pay attention to when I start working with a client, before I start working with them, is when I talk to them about their goals, I pay attention to how committed they are. If they are making excuses for why they wouldn't be committed, they're not a fully committed person. It would be a waste of their time and a waste of my time to work with them. And that's not being harsh. That's like, I'm not going to waste someone's time and money to work with me if I know that they're not going to put in the work. There has to be that consistency. No matter how good a coach is, if you are not consistent, if you're not committed to putting in the work, it's not going to work out. And that's just the bare naked truth. So if someone is fully committed, then of course I'm going to be able to help them, because I'm not there to improve your commitment. I'm there to help you with the guidance, with the tactics, the tools, the support, the accountability, all of those things. That's what I'm there for. But your commitment to something is only up to you. And you have to recognize that before you jump into anything new, before you jump into a new diet, or before you start a new method of training, or before you enter a relationship. You have to be honest with yourself about your level of commitment before entering that. So if you are committed, but you just don't know how to go about doing something in terms of reaching your goals with your training, your nutrition, I am an online coach and I would love to help you. So you can click the link in the bio and then click the IFYM transformation program to book a call with me, and then we can speak from there to see if we would be a good fit to work together.